India is a state where calls for genocide against Muslims are on the rise. A colleague was reporting from the Dharam Sansad, that is basically Hindu religious parliament. What they talked about was how Muslims should be eradicated from the face of earth.
या तो खुद मरने को तैयार रहो या मारने को तैयार रहो, दूसरा कोई विकल्प नहीं है.
Generally, we come across 10 to 12 videos per week. Sometimes there are 10 to 12 videos per day. These videos spread like wildfire. They just go viral. Muslims have got the message that they should not expect the state to protect them.
We are talking to each other saying, do you think it'll happen? Do you think it's really going to be like Rwanda? Why do I speak to you on this film? Only so that there's a record somewhere that all of us didn't agree with this, but it's not a call for help because no help will come.
In June last year, a BJP spokeswoman made comments about the Prophet Muhammad on TV that angered Muslims in India and around the world. 2 Muslim men killed a Hindu who, they said, supported the politician's comments. The men were arrested after they posted a film of the killing online and made threats against Mr. Modi.
There are extremist groups from either side, and because of the provocation on social media, that has become a phenomena, you can say. Even if there are calls from Hindu groups, then there are Muslim groups also. This is happening from both sides and this should be stopped.
We should take action, whether it's said by Hindus, whether it's said by Muslims, whether it's said by Sikhs or whoever. There are boundaries of free speech in India. At least should be. I think the larger issue that we do not promote any form of extremism has been said by Mr. Modi many times.
The work that many of us do is very dangerous. I have received death threats, but that does not, deter me.
Reporting today has become more risky, more dangerous, more difficult. And quite frankly, based on where we are today, the path looks even rockier.
Today in India, reporters face violence, intimidation, and arrest for doing their jobs. Campaigners say press freedom has declined since Narendra Modi came to power and is now in crisis.
He views independent media as something that is going to do damage to him and that is hostile to him. I think he believes in the politics of full spectrum dominance. From his point of view, throttling the media or exercising a high degree of control over the media is essential to his project.
Human rights campaigners say they are also under attack. Amnesty in India says it was forced to suspend operations by the government. The government said the group had broken the law by circumventing rules around foreign donations.
What he has done, in effect, is to be able to shut down a very large part of civil society in this country. Thousands of NGOs have shut after 2015. And it's quite dire. I don't think that the NGO space, the civil society space, has seen such a time ever in the history of independent India.
When Narendra Modi came to power in 2014, India was considered to be a free country by the US think tank Freedom House. Now it is only partly free.
Our democracy may not be perfect, but it keeps on improving, and I think there's enough elbow room for everybody to have opinions, whether they are rational or otherwise.
Safura Zargar remains on bail.
They have dehumanized Muslims in the country. It is being made very clear Muslims will have to live like second-class citizens.
Kismatoon is still fighting to identify the police officers who beat her son to death.
तड़पती हूँ या कि हाँ इंसाफ नहीं मिल रहा, मेरा बच्चा गरीब समझ के मार दिया, मेरा बच्चा मुसलमान समझ के मार दिया, क्या कर दिया, बस यही दिन में सोचते हैं.
The men accused of attacking Alimuddin Ansari are still out on bail.
हमारा बच्चा लोग यतीम हो गया, हमारा मांग सुना हो गया, हमें इंसाफ चाहिए.
Under Narendra Modi, India has been transformed. He remains enormously popular and hugely divisive.
What was politically incorrect has now become the consensus. No longer does a Hindu think that it is wrong to demand special rights for Hindus. Mr. Modi has been able to successfully give voice to this sentiment.
Muslims in India are in a position that they've never been before. And I don't know how it is that we'll be able to come out of it.
The perception that Mr. Modi is anti-Muslim is widespread. I don't deny that. It's there. But I think what is important to realize is that, is there a single institutional obstacle which debars Muslims or gives Hindus exceptional privilege? There isn't.
The West is looking at India as the best way to balance China. And that is the reason why they will not criticize, they will not condemn most of the decisions which have been made. Human rights are not very high on the list anymore because there is a bigger challenge.
India is important to the West, not only economically, but also politically. Any big conversation in international affairs, climate change, global finance, requires India to be in the room. There can be no solution without India. But it looks to be descending into some form of authoritarianism, where power is in the hands of one individual. I think with a high degree of certainty he'll win the next election, maybe he'll win the election after that. And that means for young people in India that that'll be the only India they know.